All right, I have a question here from someone that says, how can I find a job that I'm passionate about yet also pays the bills? So the first thing I wanted to call out here is, what is passion? I feel like people get the meaning of passion wrong. Passion does not mean enjoyment, and passion does not entirely mean happiness, but passion can lead to these things. I would say passion is like fire. Fire can burn, and fire also cooks, right? So what does that mean? It means passion can bring you pain and passion can bring you pleasure. So first of all, make sure that you have the definition of passion right. You can be passionate about something and some days you just don't feel like doing it because something has happened, it is pissing you off, you don't like the situation, and you just don't. You can be passionate about a job and still be angry about going to the job on a certain day. There are going to be days like that. So first of all, let us set the expectation, because I feel like when people say I need a job that I'm passionate about, they mean I need a job that I would always feel happy to go to every day, or happy that, everything is perfect, something utopian, and that does not exist, in my opinion, except if you are selling ice cream. Anyway, so define what passion really is, get the definition of what passion is, get it right first before you now start thinking, hey, I want the job that I'm passionate about. Now, the next thing is, I would say exposure. Most of the time, I found people, I remember, I think it was in my final year when somebody came, told me that, hey, he likes writing love letters. And at the point he was asking me for advice, and this was many years ago, I honestly could not think about a way that he would transfer that skill into something that, would pay him. I honestly could not think about it at that time. But then now, I think there's this lady on TikTok, I think her name is Poetic Inspiration or something, that just basically reads out love letters or stuff that she's written, and she's built a huge following for it. So what am I saying? Me and that guy did not have enough exposure to be able to transfer that passion of his, that thing that he enjoys doing, into something that pays him money at that time. What would change his situation would be exposure. What would change him from being somebody that has this skill or has this potential to being somebody that actually uses that potential into doing something is exposure into a new realm of stuff, what other people are doing. So first things first is exposure. The second thing is make it your hobby and do it consistently before you make it your job. For me, one of my hobbies was always writing, right? I like to write stuff. My friends used to bring me, they'll just come and brief me like, hey, I'm doing this thing in my business, write it for me. You understand? So I was just doing it for fun. And sometimes it was annoying, but I would still do it because, hey, I just wanted to see the results that they could get from my writing. You understand? So at first it was just an hobby. And because I was doing it passionately and consistently as a hobby, when I eventually found out, I didn't realize there was anything called copywriting. When I eventually found out that people would pay me for this stuff, it was like, wow, okay, now we're talking. You understand? So to recap what I've said, be sure that you know what passion really means, and you're not, just looking for something utopian. Number two is, get some exposure. Get to find out different manifestations of that thing, of something that that you do easily and, frequently. And number three is, I almost always forget it anytime I'm making a list. I think number three is make it a hobby. Do it consistently as a hobby before you look for it as a job. Because when you do it consistently and in a structured way, while it is an hobby, when it becomes a job, it becomes something just so, it becomes a part of you. It becomes something simple.